Okay, Joe.
This is just a question to everyone, really. I think it was, sorry, I forgot her name. You spoke about taking substantive amounts of capital. If you don't mind sharing, because a lot of people want to know how much exactly, not do you need, but it gives us an idea. And then secondly, in terms of, because if you're looking to relocate, your health is also important. So how do you deal with any situations that may arise? Do you have trust in the health system?
I do, because once I was in Australia, my mom was diagnosed with early stage diabetes. Well, I mean, she doesn't have it anymore actually, but she was able to take up the national insurance scheme, and she's one of the high users of the national insurance scheme. I think it was introduced by Kapoor's government, so that's essentially what she uses. Good doctors. I think you have to do your research, find good clinicians. There are some really quality doctors on the ground that are willing to put in the effort. Like, she had a dietitian, and that's something that when you live in the West, you wouldn't think that those services are available, but you, through your network, you find that. In terms of saving, like I said, thanks to my late dad, I used to save. So try to always save. If my outgoings, the essentials, my plan was, because I was responsible for my mom, I need to put aside at least 40% of my earnings, and I did that for the longest time. So when I moved to Ghana and studied for the last 4 years, I was essentially drawing on my savings, and now it's all gone. So I need to fundraise. So that to give you an idea. But you also, when you live like a local, you know, I will go and eat wachi, I'll eat kinke, because that's what I crave.
Yeah.
You know, I'm eating all the bougie food in the world that I can down under. So kinke is what I crave. So, but I spend a lot of money on the transport. Yeah. So to give you an idea, I'm spending more money on transportation, and I drove any witness than I would when I was living in Zone 2 and I bought a monthly pass.
Wow.
You know, so, and I was only going to Accra, I was like twice a week. For a month, I was spending close to £200. You know, so using Ubers and stuff. Yeah. So I like the climate. It's got nice climate. So I love that.
I live down the road from you, so we are in the same.
Yeah, I could live with family in North Legon, but obviously, you know, I like my independence as well, privacy, all of that stuff. So that is the sacrifice that you have to make, trade-off. So for most times I was staying with family. I've only done that for the last 2 years where I decided I'm not going to stay with family anymore. And it's also pushing me to build my own property. So yeah.
Coffee, please. Yes, if you could at least give us an idea in terms of capital.
Hey, Jones, the journalist in you is out of the but this guy is a journalist.
It's just that a lot of the time, you know, we get to hear about, you know, the businesses and relocation, but the nitty-gritty sometimes is a bit amiss. So if you can shed more light on it, I think it will help.
It makes it more tangible.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you a piece of advice that one of my big sisters shared with me, Judith Adu, who's a Wall Street investor and Harvard-trained lawyer. And she said something that I've always kept with me. She said that, as you're trying to build your business, and you're looking for capital, you can't do it with 40,000, you can't do it with 4 million. Okay. So one of the great things about Ghana is you can sandbox any business. Right? If you wanted to just take a tabletop, put it in front of your grandmother's house, and sell something you brought from the UK, you're in business. Nobody's going to shake you down.
Thank you.
You can just go and try. Right? So if it's an app, if it's a small business, if it's some sort of Instagram-based business, start. That experience is more valuable than burning capital to get something on the high street and see what happens. See whether there's a market for the product or the services you're selling. See how you can distinguish yourself from your competition. And you know, with these new technologies, you can actually look very big when you're small. Or, I mean, I'm constantly meeting folks that are doing amazing things because they're not interested in visibility. Right? So it's, you know, I didn't quite answer your question, but I